Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Vultak. That's right, this is another character that comes straight out of the Filmation Princess of Power series, another member of the Evil Horde. However, not actually part of the new Filmation toy line. This actually fits in with the standard Classics line, or what they're calling the Collector's Choice line. So let's check them out. As you can see, he comes in that standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card packaging. Has that familiar green Castle Grayskull brick design on there, and fully showcases our action figure within. If we flip this around to the back side of the box, we're just treated to a look at several other characters from the Classics line, and as we've seen this year, no more bios. So let's go ahead and pull Vultak out of the packaging and take a closer look at him. So we have had several characters in the Classics line who come from the Filmation cartoon series who aren't actually part of that new cartoon separate toy line that we're getting, and they actually work out just fine. And as you can see, looking at this guy outside of the packaging, he does a great job of mixing the Classics action figure style with the look of the character from the Filmation cartoon series. Now I do want to start by taking a look at the head sculpt, where I have my biggest complaint of the figure. The paint job is not so great on this guy, and you can really see that in his eyes. I mean, he has got some serious derp eyes going on here. The left eye is a lot lower than the right eye, and that really bugs me. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like this has been a bit of an issue lately. We've really got these mispainted eyes, and Vultak here is suffering from it pretty badly, and I know I'm not the only person who has received a figure like this, so bit of a bummer. I really hope this is something that Mattel can correct their QC on, because I would hate to continue to see figures with bad eyes like this. Aside from the bad paint job on the eyes, I love the head sculpt. It's a really great representation of the character as he appears in the cartoon series. Love that evil smile there. The bulging red eyes are really cool, and he's got a very animated look to him, so he's pretty great. Now, if you come down on the armor that he's wearing, he's got that kind of fluffy blue collar, which is really cool. Again, I do have some pretty sloppy paint on there. You can kind of see how the blue is bleeding down a little bit onto the black. The nice Horde emblem is really cool because it's sculpted on, so not just painted. That's really nice. Bright red color there. And you can see that he is wearing armor that doesn't completely cover his torso. The torso, or the ab portion of the torso, is opened up. The armor is removable, just like we've seen in the past, and if you look around the back, you'll notice that this is how the wings are attached. The wings are part of the armor. We can remove the armor just like many of the armor pieces on several figures. It is worth noting when you pull this off, the wings come off with the armor, and if you look at the torso, it's kind of half painted black and half painted gray, so that's the way that the torso is painted underneath. So he will look different. He will look a little funny if you remove the armor from this figure. So let's talk about those wings. We've seen these wings before. We know these have been reused on figures from Mattel. They've even used them in DC Universe Classics, but they work very well. They're really nicely done. Great sculpt on there. I love all of the details and the feathers. You can see they kind of got this joint in the middle there. That allows them to kind of flap, so you can actually move the feathers forwards and backwards. You can also expand the wings outwards. So they're really nice, and the joints seem to be fairly tight. They do kind of dip a little bit when you fold them all the way out. You'll see they're a little heavy, so they kind of fall down just a little bit, but it's not too bad, and I actually really like the wingspan on there, and they look pretty great. It looks awesome having Vultak with those nice spread open wings. Coming down the rest of the figure, you can see he does have the nice kind of feathery wrist pieces there that are also done in a nice bright blue. You got a nice kind of metallic two-tone blue belt going on there. You got the standard loincloth piece. And then we come down to the feet here, which are really great because you got these great bird feet sculpted on there, which is really great. You get lots of great detail going on in the shins there. You can see they do have the nice joints there on the ankles that allow the feet to kind of move side to side. My ankles are a bit loose. You can see they're a little wobbly on there, which does cause some problems with them standing, especially when the wings are out. You can see that they're kind of falling down, so that's a bit of a bummer. You got to find just the right stance to put them in, and the wings definitely work better when they're kind of posed down, because that does seem to keep him on his feet just a little bit better. So we kind of talked a little bit about articulation. Let's work our way through the rest of it. Most of them is pretty standard as far as a Masters of the Universe Classics figure goes. Ball joint at the head, so it can move all the way around, swivel side to side. Ball joints at the shoulders, so they can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. Swivel at the biceps, standard joint at the elbow. We do have swivels at the wrist, which are very, very tight on my figure. Most of the joints seem to be pretty tight on this guy. Nice ab crunch, swivel at the waist, same ball joints at the thighs there, so legs can go outwards, forwards, backwards, single joint at the knee, swivel at the boot cut, which is really nice, and then those ankle joints that I showed you. The only place on here where the joints seem to be loose is in the ankles, which is a bit unfortunate because he is a little bit of a top-heavy figure. You can see I can get him standing, but sometimes he is going to fall down, especially when you have those wings out. That seems to be when the ankles have the hardest time holding out. But, you know, if you kind of find the right way to pose him like that, there you go. He stands up pretty good. So, might be just something with my figure, or might be just something you need to play with a little bit to keep him standing. Alright, so Vultak here comes with 2 accessories, so let's take a look at those. First up, we've got ourselves a brand new Horde crossbow, which is really cool. I love that he continues the theme of Horde members having crossbows. Most of them in this line have a cool crossbow, except for my man Mosquitor. For some reason, he got left out of the whole crossbow thing. But it's really cool how the Horsemen create specific crossbows for the characters. So you can see we got this great kind of bird motif going on here. And just like all the Horde crossbows, we just have a little handle there that he can hold on to, gets a nice tight grip on there. It's got a nice kind of metallic red paint deco, which is really nice, and it fits the character very well. The other accessory is a really fun one and a great nod to the Princess of Power cartoon series. We've got this little leash with a collar. This is meant to take prisoners, which is really cool. He can hold on to this in his hand just fine. The little rope there that kind of wraps around holds into his hand with a nice grip on either hand. And then we got this little blue collar. It's like a nice metallic blue. It does have the ability to kind of open up. It's just on a little peg here. You got to apply a little bit of pressure, but you can see it pops open. This is really great if you want to bring in somebody like Cowl. That way we can have Vultak taking prisoners, which is a scene straight out of the cartoon series. So it's really fun. I love getting these nice scene accurate little accessories. But there you go. You can kind of wrap that around like Cowl's waist or maybe even Luke Key's, and then you can have Vultak holding it in his hands, so that way he's got himself a little prisoner. Or, I mean, if you don't want him to take prisoners, he can always just take his invisible dog for a walk. Why not? So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Vultak action figure, part of the Masters of the Universe Classics line from Mattel. He's overall a really nice action figure, and he's a character that I'm very glad that we got. It's always nice getting characters who only appeared in the Filmation cartoon series and never had action figures before, and he helps to bolster out the rank of the evil Horde. He also looks really nice with other Filmation-inspired characters, so it's pretty cool to have him in the line. The biggest downfall here is the bad paint on the eyes. I really hope that this is something that is not a continuing trend on these figures, because I would really hate for more bad paint jobs like this. That is a huge bummer. So this guy was part of the 2016 subscription. He also shipped really late and, of course, sold out on MattyCollector.com. So at this point, you're going to have to find alternate methods of picking him up, maybe some online stores or such like that. So happy hunting, my friends. And hey, guys, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss out on any of my reviews, including Masters of the Universe. Until next time, my friends.